What is up, everybody? Welcome to yet another episode of the Camera Junkie live stream. I'm your host, Mr. Camera Junkie. My name's Lewis, something like that, where I remind you to upgrade your skills before your gear. I'm trying to get everything set up, and I'm running a bit behind, and this little thing here that helps right there. But it's part of what we're going to be talking about today. And today is actually episode 156. That is 156 consecutive weeks of the Camera Junkie live stream without missing a beat. And I thank you all for taking the time and hanging out here with me. And as tradition goes here at the Camera Junkie live stream is that we go right to the chat to see exactly which members of the crew are the first ones to show up. And all right, we got JP in the house saying hope everyone is doing great. Thank you for hanging out. Randy's also here saying hello to everyone, waving and driving. She's listening in while she drives. How you doing, Sly? Sorry I wasn't able to make your live stream yesterday. I was just completely out of it, but I was able to catch some of the, like, right when you were doing like the last, like, saying goodbye. So like I literally checked in when you were checking out, so I gotta check out the replay. We also have Mr. Duncan in the house saying hello to the fam, and Parker Jennings is also here saying hello everyone and welcome. Well, today's topic is Cyber Weekend sale, right? What's going on, what have you guys gotten into, and also I'm going to give you some demonstrations of some sales that you might want to take advantage of. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. All right, let's see how I have this set up. Boom, and there we go. First thing off is that I'm glad to announce that I am hosting my first Cyber Weekend sale on my Fourth Wall store. So right now, using the code CYBER23, you will get a 23% off of everything of your entire order. And there are certain items that are here exclusively, and I basically just opened up the entire merch shop. So just to scroll through it, there's some items that you might have not seen before. Actually, let me open up the whole thing. It says view all, like the crew hoodie. Now the crew hoodie is one that I'm using myself. I put it through the test of fire, so to speak, first before, because I wanted to make sure that it was high quality. Oh, how you doing, Jim? And I want to thank you and welcome you, Jim. Let me just go ahead. He's saying hi to me and the gang because Jim is the newest member of the Camera Junkie crew. He signed up last week, so I want to thank you and welcome you to the Camera Junkie crew membership, and want to thank you for your support. It really means a lot to me, so thank you. All right, and Michael's also in the house. So also to let you all know, he's saying hello all, hope everyone is had a great Thanksgiving. I did. I forgot to mention that because I mentioned it last week, but yes, I hope everyone had an amazing Thanksgiving. I'm just all wrapped up because I was literally just last minute trying to put all of this information together for you guys for the live stream. So how you doing, Michael? But yes, like I was saying, if you want to also become a member, right, that supports me directly, you could also find that here through the Fourth Wall. Let me go ahead and take a step back, and that when you scroll down here at the bottom, you could become a member, and that's the way that you would do it. So once again, thank you, Jim, and we'll continue to view everything on the store. So all of the t-shirts, all of the designs, the XML Life, the OG2 shirt, which is the original one, but this has two logos, which small on the front, big on the back, which is like a prototype shirt. So this is just one that I don't think was available previously, and it was a design that I was working with, but it's now available on the site for a limited time only. These will not be available come Tuesday, so the sale ends on the 28th, and I'm going to be changing some things up because of it. Now, just to go back to the crew hoodie, now it really works well, and there was a implementation that I had tried to do, which was, it literally said creator on the sleeve of it, but when came out to the print and I ran it through the washer, that print didn't come out well, so I decided to remove that completely, and now it's just the crew hoodie, the camera crew hoodie, and that's basically the way that mine ended up after the next wash, where everything washed off the sleeve. So for that reason, I was able to just make it like this, and the quality of the hoodie is actually very good. So I've been very happy with all of the things that are available. So yes, the only thing that's not available right now is what I already took off, which was the musical Tourette's shirt. That one was kind of dedicated to Doc Rock, and I believe he might be having it on his fourth wall, because I'm handing over the design for anyone who follows him and would want to have like that type of shirt and support him in that way. It was a design that I basically just made for him. So we have the mugs and the creator crew. So I guess the ones that you guys aren't really familiar with is the OG2, the I Know Kelvin shirt, which is, this is the logo on the back, play on photography, right? Like saying, I know the Kelvin skill and I know how to use my white balance, which hint hint is one of the things that I always say when I'm talking about upgrading your skills, that once you understand white balance, a lot of the other things become a lot easier. At least they did for me when it comes to photography. So you can select any of these shirts in basically any color, and then you would be getting it, you know, the I Know Kelvin t-shirt. And all of this, like I said, anything that you want. I also made a sticker pack, which is I believe like 12 different stickers come in here. So you really can't see them because a lot of them are transparent. Let me see if the other pictures do it justice. Not too much. But if you go in here, they are the same designed as the shirts, right? The same designs, the upgrade your skills. It has the creators. It has the other one that says crew with the like high detailed information within the text itself. And that's just a sticker pack that I was messing around with, and that's also now available. But basically it's my gift to you right now, this sale, because I believe that this discount is just like any profits that I would have made are gonna go into the sale. So if you've been hesitant on picking something up and wanted to do it, now is also the time. But I'm kind of like excited to be able to do this through Fourth Wall, because it's like kind of all automated, and all you have to do, like I said, is use the code cyber23 on checkout, and then you'll be able to apply that discount of 23% over the entirety of the purchase. So that's the first thing on the docket. And Paul, let me do something. Paul, I'm going to send over, because I was going to do it, but I'm going to ask for your help, Mr. Duncan, Mr. Master Moderator. Let me do this here. Okay. Go into the live stream. Okay, perfect. There we go. Let me see if that works. Yes. Okay, in Discord, in the mod chat, I just sent over the links to everything that I'm going to be talking about for the rest of the live stream. So if you can help me out and put these into the chat, I'd be highly indebted to you, sir. I highly appreciate it. Okay, so let's go back to the chat to see. So yeah, we have Jim hanging out. We got Michael here. We got Gretchen also coming in saying hello. How you doing, Gretchen? Oh, that's so awesome. Look, Jim says that his upgrade your skills is his EDC everyday coffee mug. I love that. The EDC everyday coffee mug. I love that. Instead of everyday carry, everyday coffee. Thank you for the thumbs up, Mr. Moderator. So the first link would be to the fourth wall, and I'm gonna let Paul get that in there. So now going back to that, let me go back to that scene. Why did I lose everything? Okay, so let's go back to this. There we go. That's what we should be seeing. Perfect. Okay, so now gonna close that window out and go to the next thing that I'm going to talk about, which is also kind of a Cyber Monday, Cyber Weekend deal, but this one is available only to actually till the 1st of December, which is where the price is going to change. And I wanted to show this to you now because this is the enhanced editing Final Cut Pro Masterclass from my friend Raphael Ludwig, and the beta is active right now. I haven't been able to touch it, but right here, as you can see, it says the 40% discount is only until December 1st. This has lifetime updates. So if you've been interested in learning how to do Final Cut Pro, I had highlighted this a couple of weeks ago on the live stream as well. And right now, 40% off discount is the pre-sale. Right now, you can get it for $150. It's going to $250 as of December 1st. And that's what I wanted to show you, because even though I had spoken about it before, we were still waiting. Now the course is actually live, so I can go here. You understand that this is just giving you a behind the scenes look of all the things that are to come. And if you've been interested in learning, this is something that I highly recommend as well. I can't wait to dig into it and, you know, even let you know more about it. So this is going to be just amazing. So yeah, so that's the enhanced editing for Final Cut Pro from Raphael Ludwig. As you can see, it says 0% complete right over here. That's because I haven't dug into it, but I'm like super excited and I can't wait to do it. So, all right. Now, when it comes to Final Cut Pro, the next thing that is one of the main benefits of using Final Cut Pro is plugins and how easily they are adapted to it. So one of the things that I've used and that I use in my, you know, arsenal as far as Final Cut Pro is a bundle pack that I bought about, I believe, 2 years ago from Leno FX. So this is like no affiliation or anything with this. This is just an amazing deal. And as you can see, it's over until the 26th. So it's a cyber/weekend, not Cyber Monday, because it will end basically tonight at midnight, where you can buy everything that they have on their website for $99, which is like an amazing deal. And what's really cool about it is that you log in to your account and you basically download the ones that you want to use according to, you know, your workflow. Because one of the things that plugins do is that they consume space on your computer. So the bigger or the harder the plugin it is, the bigger it's gonna like consume space within your hard drive. So now this one gives you the ability to just download the ones that you select, because you have access to the entire library when you purchase their absolute bundle pack. You'll be able to go in there, and what I do is that, like, let's say I have to set up a new computer, I'll just go in and download the ones that I really use the most, right? Like my glitch effects and certain things like that. So this is asking me for cookies. That's fine. I wish they were Girl Scouts, but anyway, uh, as you can see, this is a 97% off deal that is being run until tomorrow. So something that I wanted to bring to your attention, because if this is something that you are interested in looking into plugins, right, then this is a great bundle to start off with. And it could be everything that you need when it comes to, you know, like plugins and getting more than started, right? Because this is going to have so much that you'd be really surprised, especially I have, with everything that I've been able to download from Leno FX. And they're good plugins that allow you to manipulate them, similar to a lot of the other companies like Motion Effects and things like that. Another company that you are able to get a special discount at right now for Cyber Monday, move this stuff around, is FX Factory. Now, FX Factory is an application, an app that you would download and install into your Mac computer, and then that gives you the access to the library through like the account information. And this is kind of like a purchase as you go. But as you can see right now, they're also having a Black Friday / Cyber Monday sale that ends on the 28th. So it ends Monday, 20% off all of their products. And when I say their products, is because they have a variety of different products. So if you were to click into Final Cut, you have a variety of different plugins doing a variety of different things particular to your desired outcome. And you do not, there's not like a complete purchase, but this is a little bit more of a step up from the Leno FX, right? And this is giving you a higher quality of plugins. So these are gonna do a lot more, but the price is according to that. And as you can see, that there's a variety of different plugins depending on what it is that you want to do. I selected Final Cut Pro, so it's giving me the most popular and the most used Final Cut Pro plugins. So there's a lot of different plugins that you'd be able to do, and right now you can save 20% off in the Final Cut, Pro, or even if you're using Motion, Logic, like GarageBand, but they also have some for DaVinci Resolve. So even if you're using a variety of different programs, including After Effects, Premiere, Adobe Premiere Pro, you'll still be able to download plugins for those applications with FX Factory. So right now, whether you're using Final Cut Pro, DaVinci Resolve, Premiere Pro, anything like that, and you're looking for a plugin, this could be a great option. And right now, that, like I said, they have the 20% off on their Black Friday when you use the code Black Friday. So that's how you get the special deals on the FX Factory. Now, if you've been wondering how I bring all of these amazing comments onto the screen, or how I transition from shot to shot, how I'm able to go from here to here, right, and continue to go on the show and go to the behind the scenes shot, to my overhead, and then right back to, you know, the scene at hand. It's all done through this amazing program called Ecamm. And if we go back to my main shot, you can see the E back there because I'm all in on Ecamm. That's what I do, and I absolutely love it and use it for just about everything, from creating my content and producing these live streams, producing podcasts, and even had the ability to, hey, I know that guy, be on their website, which is something that is like super shocking and amazing. And right now, they're also doing their Cyber Weekend sale, that if you use their passcode or their code Cyber23, you'll get 40% off of their annual subscription plan. So now, just to click into this a bit, right? If you were to click into the plans aspect, this is already applied the 40% off, right? To show you the difference of price that you would get, but that it would be a difference, right? Because you can get the standard plan for $115 $2,020 for the year. It's all billed as one payment, or you can get the pro, which I highly recommend you get the pro, for $230.40. And the differences are right here written within, so if you want to go into the details, but you'd get everything that you get from the standard plan plus the live interview mode, which is what allows me to use this amazing program as a remote podcast and remote video production. So it allows me to take my computers and my entire setup, my Rodecaster Pro, and host a variety of different people, and I'm able to take all that within Ecamm, make it pretty, and pump it out to YouTube, to Facebook, to Instagram, to LinkedIn, to a variety of different places, wherever it is that you want to broadcast, or not even broadcast at all. You could just record all of the information directly onto your computer and then edit it in a program like Final Cut Pro using all the plugins that you just got from Leno and FX Factory, and start editing your content in that manner. But if you're looking to do interviews, right, this is an amazing way, because that interview mode allows you to just send a simple link to them, and it doesn't matter what program they're using. They just need to connect via a browser, whether it's a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, you know, or anything, any type of smart device. It gives them the option to connect using a high quality camera and microphone, and just connect via your link, and then you're able to be off on the races, and you're able to do everything that you want with this amazing program. 4K streaming, virtual mic, and webcam. That's just such an amazing highlight of this program. It allows you to take all of this information and create a virtual microphone and virtual camera that then allows you to use this program within other programs. So whenever you were to go to log in, let's say you were to be logging into a Zoom meeting, when Zoom says, which camera do you want to use, you say, I want to use the Ecamm virtual camera. And what that does is that it takes all the power of Ecamm and all the power of your production to be able to, you know, bring comments, you know, like create lower thirds, add sound effects. Everything that you can do in Ecamm will now be shown and displayed through your virtual camera, and then all of the sound that you can create with the program will be pumped out through your virtual microphone. And you select your virtual camera and virtual microphone within Zoom, within Discord, within anything that you're connecting to yourself, and you have the power of Ecamm at your disposal. So that's like another game-changing aspect when it comes to Ecamm. I can sit here and have an entire live stream dedicated to this program because I have, and you can go check those out. But right now you can use the code cyber23, or just click the link that's in the description, and actually within the chat that Paul's helping me out with, and that link will send you directly to the website so that you can go ahead and sign up to your yearly plan, and let me be the first to welcome you to the Ecamm fam. So this is the time to get it. If you've been hesitant, or maybe if you're on a monthly plan, this is the time to pull the trigger and get the best deal possible for the yearly subscription. All right, now I'm going to jump into some items that I've purchased from Amazon. So right now this is going to be like my Amazon like little list, and I'm just going to go through some items that I have bought recently, and some things that have worked out well for me, and something that I just got that I'm like super ecstatic about. So let me go ahead and check the chat. Randy says he bought both coffee cups, holds a lot of coffee too. I recommend them. Thank you very much, Randy. Like, I gotta check when it was that you purchased those mugs. All right. Oh yes, and Mr. Duncan says the Ecamm discount is a lifetime. It actually is. It's a lifetime discount. So as long as you continue to maintain the same account and renew year in and year out, you'll be able to get this discounted rate of 40% in perpetuity as long as you keep your account active, renewing through that. So that's just another added bonus to pull the trigger right now on that. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the Amazon. It's not. Well, you know what? Here's my Ecamm link. I'm gonna write it down. Thank you for the info, Mr. Duncan. Okay. Let me know with a thumbs up or thumbs down if that link is actually sent where you can click onto it. But that is, it's mrcamerajunkie.live/ecamm. But let me know if that actually worked or not. Okay, I'll be waiting on that. Oh, that's a good bit of information. He says you can also take advantage of Ecamm's 14-day trial and then convert to the 40% discount even past Cyber Monday. Because you see, that's what I don't know, and that's why I like, just me being me, I would take advantage of it during the Cyber weekend. I already know it's worth it. So if you want my recommendation, like, I use it for everything. Like, there's nothing that I do. Okay, Randy, let me know. It says it clicked on it and it works. Thank you very much, Randy. All right, so now I'm gonna go talk about a couple of these products. So the first one is the Sony ZV-1F. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and let me see if this works as well. Okay, so Mr. Duncan just confirmed, says that, Katie, that you can start with the trial and get 40% off. So if you're even halfway hesitant, go ahead that way, and that's an amazing little added bonus that you can start it and still get the discount within the next 2 weeks. So that's actually really, really cool. But goes to show you how amazing this company is, Ecamm, and the creators of this amazing program, Ken and Glenn. Those dudes are geniuses. They're so cool. They're a lot of fun, and I'm so grateful to be associated with such an amazing company. That's it in a nutshell. Like, that's the best thing I could say. All right, so yes, Mr. Duncan is helping me out. How you doing, David? Saying hello to me and to everyone in the chat. All right, so let's go to here. All right, let's go to that scene. I forgot to set it up. There we go. What's going on here? Let's go back. All right, so this is what we're looking at right now. The Sony ZV-1F, which I'm gonna go back to it and show you. It's actually this camera that I'm using right here as my overhead. I use it for my vlogging camera and for my other YouTube channel. I kind of use it majorly for that, just to try to keep things simple. But I digress. We're not gonna get into it like that. I'm going to talk to you about this camera and how amazing it is to be such a compact and lightweight camera. It's a great deal at $500. I spoke to a lot of people during the creator camp that saw me utilizing it. Some people think that it isn't wide enough, even though it's got a fixed focal length of 20 millimeters, which is actually pretty wide, especially for the vlogging space. But if you don't, you can buy adapters for it. The one that I I use is actually like a newer one that I've had for a long time, but there's also adapters for the Ulanzi lens mount. I made an entire video about my 5 favorite what's the word, accessories. Wow, just ran a blank on there. My 5 favorite must-have accessories for the Sony ZV-1F. So you can go ahead and check that out, and the links are all there for those items as well. But right now, Cyber Monday deal, this is getting 20% off, which out of a $500 camera is $100. So this is an amazing deal at 500, and at 400 I think this is an absolute no-brainer, because I've been using this camera for over a year and I can tell you it can handle it, right? The one like negative that I would say from this camera is that it has a really small battery. So I also recommend buying extra batteries, right? Like there's a battery in the camera, but I still have extra batteries here, even another one here, Vivitar brand, that I had from an older Sony camera, but how they use the same kind, I'm still able to utilize it in this camera. So having extra batteries is ideal. But something that's like really good as well is that these cameras actually take trickle charge, or like, you know, like passive power, so that you're able to connect them via USB-C and still pass over electricity to keep them charged indefinitely. So the way that I have my ZV-1F connected, I have it connected via USB-C, and it also connects directly to my computer as a webcam. So the webcam feature is being active, so that I don't have to purchase another video capture card and then connect it via HDMI, and then still have a secondary cable that is going to provide power to the camera via the USB-C, which if I wanted to get the highest quality of video out of the camera, I can still do that. I can still connect the HDMI to the camera and get the highest quality 4K video out of it. But in this form, it keeps it completely charged, and I get a 720p signal that I'm able to use for my overhead video shot, and it's all in one cable that does it all. One USB-C from my computer to the camera, that's all I need. And that's one of the handy features of this camera that is like kind of like one of those no-brainers to me. And for that reason, for $400, this is kind of even more of a no-brainer to actually pull the trigger on a really good camera. You know, if this is something that you already had like planned for, this is a great time to pull the trigger on that. So, all right, we also have John in the house saying, hey camera crew, sorry to be late. You made it, man. They're like, that's showing up to the party. But shooting a video and lost track of time. Yes, I lost a bit of track of time actually fixing my car, or attempting to it. I still have it on jack stands in the front right now, but that's a conversation for a different day. So all right, next item on the list, right, from the Sony ZV-1F Amazon, is one of these things that I just bought the other day, yesterday. I think I got it yesterday, but I digress. Like, it just got to me, and this thing is completely just awesome. So I'm gonna talk to you what it is. It is the Ugreen transmitter Bluetooth 5.0 transmitter receiver 2-in-1 3.5 millimeter jack. So now I'm going to go, after you've seen this right here, I'm going to go to my overhead shot to show you that I'm using it right now. So it's right here behind the microphone. Is the little thing here, and what it is a 3.5 millimeter jack. You can see lighting's not too good right now. See if I can get it to focus. Why aren't you focusing? All right, let's switch this to much better. So there we have the U Green Bluetooth. It's a transmitter or a receiver, depending on which way that little transmitter goes. So the story behind this is that it actually was something, there was a different brand that Doc Rock actually advised me about, and I had put that into my Amazon shopping cart, right? So I was like, it's like $50, and what it does is basically connects a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. I'm all the way over here. Let's bring it back. 3.5 millimeter jack, so that you can connect your AirPods directly to the device and listen to movies on an airplane. And because he's always traveling, he brought it up as one of those things, and it was something that I was always thinking about doing for this same reason. Because even though the Rodecaster Pro has the ability to connect Bluetooth devices directly to it, the one thing that it failed to do is give me the ability to control the routing of the sound onto the Bluetooth. So immediately that I would be using my AirPods Pro connected directly to the Rodecaster Pro, as soon as I turned on my microphone, there was a latency of the microphone that's natural, plus the added latency of Bluetooth. And that delay was really, it would throw me off. I wouldn't be able to speak on the microphone because hearing my own voice kind of repeated to me back in my ear would literally, it froze my speech. And I can sometimes work with it if it's really, really low. And that's the way that I did it when I first started doing live streams, because I didn't have any other option. But whenever I use the headphone jack directly from the back of the Rodecaster Pro, I am able to route all of that information of what I want to be hearing in the headphones. And one thing that I never select is my own microphone. I just don't select it at all, because I can hear myself, and that allows me to stay in like the train of thought, and it doesn't like perturb my mind, equilibrium, whatever, right? And I'm able to speak normally. So we move with that, and always using the wired thing. But being wired kind of sucks, especially with Aiden sometimes, where if I need to do something fast and I just need to turn around, then I'm like yanking everything out of like its socket, because I'm literally yanking on the cables. So to avoid that, I now have this transmitter that I'm able to connect directly to the same headphone jack, and I have a particular set of AirPods that I've now just connected and dedicated to this device. But what's also really cool is that it's also a receiver, right? No, right now it's transmitting, meaning the signal from it is going out and into my AirPods. But it also becomes a receiver, meaning I'm able to flip the switch on this, plug it into my car's headphone jack, right? The same 3.5. And then not only I'll be able to transmit stuff from my phone, I'll be able to connect my phone via Bluetooth and then start listening to whatever audio that I desire. So whether it be something that I'm watching, right, on the phone itself, whether it's a playlist that I'm listening to from Epidemic Sounds application, or maybe it's your Spotify playlist, whatever it is that you're listening to, you're able to connect it to your car via the headphone jack. Especially like me, like my car is from 2009 and it doesn't have AirPlay and all that stuff. It had the old school 32 pin connector for an iPod, because that's what was available at the time, and that was the same connection that was used for the iPhones, and those were the 3Gs back in the day. That was what was out, right? So to get the most out of it, I was able to pick this up, and I thought I was on the other view, sorry, let's go back to it. And this little device here, right, giving this option is at an amazing price. The first one that Doc showed me was $50. This one is normally $30, but right now Cyber Monday deal was 44% off, and that's why I pulled the trigger on it. And as you can see, it just comes like the next day. So I ordered it, yeah, and I got it the next day. Got it here yesterday. Connected my Bluetooth to it, and it's been working awesome. Like, it does have its own internal battery, so I put it to charge. As soon as I saw that it was fully charged, I put it to the test, and now I'm able to hear like the music that you're listening to, right? And the things that I want to keep track of on my audio setup for the live stream. And now I'm wireless with it, right? I'm able to plug in my AirPods. Once they're in unison, I can actually have them go from like ambient to completely noise cancellation, and now I'm listening to the music that's coming from this computer, from everything, including the conversations, Zoom calls, all that stuff. I'm able to take advantage of that now wirelessly. So really cool little gadget, and for the price of $16.79, this is kind of like a no-brainer, right? Sometimes you could spend more than that on McDonald's. So for the convenience and what it's doing, really happy with this Ulanzi, listen to me, the U-Green Bluetooth 5.0 transmitter receiver. Okay, all right, so now the next thing is this McDodo, right? I think that's how you would pronounce it, right? And it's a USB-C to USB-C cable, right? So hold on, I gotta fix this. I'm gonna change my Stream Deck button. Let's configure this. No, not now. Remind me later. Try to get me an update now. What's wrong with you? Okay, camera C, we're gonna run the edit screen. Okay, perfect. Much better, much easier. Okay, so now this USB-C cable is a 4-foot cable, fast charger, 100 watt with LED display, which is like such a cool thing, and it's like a nerdy thing that is so unnecessary, but I absolutely like spend entirely too much time just trying to figure these things out. So let me give you an example. Go back to my overhead, right? I'm gonna come over here and say you have your laptop, right? Creator camp, hello, represent, right? So now I'm going to take my new USB-C cable with 100 watt power capability to plug it in, and right away it starts displaying how many watts of power it's actually piping through with the maximum of 100 watts. So it's going to give you all the amount of like information that you need, but it will literally let you know how much is charging actively. And a cool thing that I love about it is that when something is fully charged, it goes to 0. And it'll just stay at 0 because it's not doing anything, and that lets me know at a like simple glance that whatever it is that I was charging was already complete and full of charge, right? And it helps me with a lot of extra batteries and battery banks. Be able to take a battery bank, plug it in, and because of it, you're able to see how fast 9 watts. And with an ample, charger, this cable is absolutely like just a lot of fun to like utilize. Just to do your standard USB-C cable, like your standard charging stuff. I absolutely have like so much fun using this little cable. So for the price, 25% off on top of the price, excuse me. As far as a Cyber Monday deal, this is kind of like a no-brainer, under $10, and it's a braided cable, high quality. This is actually not something that I bought recently. I've had this for a while, but because of the like additional 25% off, I decided to share it with you guys because it's kind of like a no-brainer. Now, the next thing here is an Anker portable charger power bank, which is, well, coincidentally, the same power bank that I just decided to show you, right? So this Anker power bank is at $21.99, which would be a good price already, but there's a special coupon so that you can, to show you specifically, to get 30% off. Now, this isn't a Cyber Weekend deal, but something that I also wanted to bring up because I believe it will be like that coupon will not be available as soon as the 28th, just the same way. Now, I have bigger power banks, but this one is just quaint enough that this is what I actually have connected to my ZV-1F, or in other cases, my Insta360 X3 camera, and I have a power source or power bank like this connected to them while they're recording, basically giving it indefinite power, just keeping them charged so that they can record as long as I need to. And like I had just mentioned a little while ago, because I was doing some work on my car, I'm also recording my experience of what I'm doing with my car. So to have these power banks and have power banks to just be able to just plug and play, I was also recording with my iPhones, right? Like a time lapse, and the iPhone started getting low in battery. I'm able to just simply take this for like, $15 and take a good amount of power outside, plug it in, and keep my phone going, keep that time lapse going, so that it allows me to like not lose the footage and not lose the time while I'm recording my excerpts in, car repair, car restoration, so to speak. So power bank, Anker is a great brand that I've used for a variety of different products. So this is something else that I wanted to show you guys. Now, recently for Creator Camp, I was in need of a lightweight tripod, and I was able to get my hands on this one. Now, this deal wasn't even available on it, but this was kind of the best bang for buck even before at the regular $139. So to show you, this was the tripod that I took with me to Creator Camp. Now, it does have a detachable monopod, right? So that you can have a 3/16 thread, which is the thicker for like the ball head. So I can take this ball head directly and mount it here, or a variety of different ball heads that use that thread, and have it on a monopod, but don't really recommend that. This tripod is carbon fiber, very lightweight and pretty compact. Now, it's not as compact as the Peak Design and things like that are designed to be as far as water bottle, but it's not that far off. As you can see, like it's within like my face area, and this is just standing it up on my desk. It is a 54-inch, so it is pretty high, but it's extremely light and extremely durable, right? So this, for this price of negative, like, or taking a 20% discount for Cyber Monday, basically $100 tripod, I've paid, let's just say I've paid more than $100 for a really not so great tripod, right? But these are one of the things when it comes to photography and videography that get overlooked a lot, because if you don't have a good one, then it really becomes cumbersome, right? Like if you have a heavy big tripod, to take it out and use it is going to be very cumbersome. This is very lightweight, easy to use. One thing from my own experience, I've used both the roller type of extensions and the clip type that extend, and the clips are faster and easier. This is always going to give you the same exact results. I can't tell you how many times I think that like the roll kind that I tightened it up completely, right? And when you put your camera on it, it starts sagging because you forgot to tighten one of the many connections there. So I've come around full circle to the clip styles when it comes to the tripods. I tend to use them more, and having it in combination with the carbon fiber, making it extremely lightweight, easy to carry, very thin profile. As you can see, it still has like that coffee cup, or you could say water bottle type of, like cylindrical type of space savings, I would guess that you would say. And if you were to take off the ball head, then that as well will become a lot shorter depending on how compact you want to make it. But this has been an amazing little piece of kit. It's a small rig carbon fiber, and I'll tell you the truth, for the brand Small Rig that I have a variety of different products, to have a carbon fiber tripod, so think about that, carbon fiber tripod for $100, basically $111, that's also to me like a no-brainer. This stick here, this 10-foot stick from Insta360 was $100 by itself. Like this stick, and this is just one piece carbon fiber specifically for one type of camera, right? They're invisible, like selfie stick, and this is the extended one for 10 feet, right? And this by itself being carbon fiber, $100. So to think that you're getting a monopod, tripod, ball head, Small Rig branded carbon fiber little beast, kind of a no-brainer. So wanted to share that with you as well. And now the piece de resistance, right? The deal of the century, especially through Amazon, is the latest light that I bought. It is the Ulanzi, the LT028 40-watt portable LED video light. So now this light, normally, as you can see, the listed price is $99.95, $100, and for $100, it's a great deal. When I pulled the trigger on this light, which is the one that you're seeing right here, let me go here. No, this guy right here, right? The 40-watt LT028, to give you that demonstration there, right? That light is now 20% off at $79.95. But if you can see, just underneath it, it says coupon. And it says $20 coupon applied to one item per order at checkout. So if you're getting one, right, and you're looking to get one, then you're taking $20 off of the already discounted $79.95. So now that brings it down to $60. And there's a special save 10% at checkout that, as you can see, it says redeemed and it's clicked onto it. So now if I were to show you like what, because that's literally in my cart, right, and it's showing that it's $80, but after all the deals applied, I'm not gonna dox myself, so I can't show you guys the next scene. I had to take a screenshot, and I'm going to, okay, hold on, I need to bring it into Ecamm. No, no link for the Ulanzi light? I thought that was the last one there. Okay, then give me a second. I'll drop that in the chat. I'll do that right here. I have to minimize that. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I'm getting my head right. Okay, yes. Because this is what I wanted to show you. We're going to drop this. Boom. Take a look at that. So after everything's said and done, right? My goodness, there we go. That wasn't the scene. That's the scene. Perfect. After everything's said and done, $20 off of the coupon, an exclusive promotion applied of $8 comes out to $51.95. Taxes comes out to $55.59. I'm telling you the truth, guys. This thing is kind of nuts, right? Because I'm thinking I just might as well buy another one for that price. It's definitely good enough, right? As my main light, and I wasn't thinking about putting one up there, but for $55, I think I'd be dumb not to, right? And right now, basically anything that you purchase on Amazon. Okay, so let me go ahead, and this is how we do it. Let me go ahead, and I'm dropping it. He says I got cheap tax too. What's the tax rate in California? Because we're at 7% over here. But yes, like this is like freaking nuts. Like to get this for $55, that's like, that's to me, that's like a no-brainer, especially as far as Cyber Monday deals. Like if this is something that you were thinking, I think, you know, I'm thinking I might send this message directly to Kevin because I haven't seen him in chat. I'm going to go ahead and check to see exactly who's there right now. But Kevin was really thinking about getting this light. So I think now is the time to pull the trigger. Oh, Dr. Sev, she made it here saying, hey, y'all, popping in and out. Happy holidays. Thank you. Yes, we are getting close to 2,000 subs. I think I was at 1698. 1699, so right about to hit 1,700 subs on the channel, and that's just like 300 away from 2,000, which is then just, you know, 8,000 away from 10,000, which is just 90,000 away from 100,000, which is just, we need to start getting this ball rolling. And 2024 is gonna be a good year for me. Oh, so David's heading out. It says gotta catch the replay to make a trip to the airport in the morning. All right, so this is it says, okay, gotta have the cable. Too cool. This is like QVC, but way more fun. Thank you. I've never done this stuff, right? And these are the things that I've like found to have fun with, right? A simple little USB cable that lets me know how fast it's charging, right? It's just like it gives this like I don't know, this dopamine hit, right? Like this dopamine hit when I'm just doing what I would normally be doing. Okay. Says, oh, that cable needs to be a stocking stuffer for Bob. Oh, okay, great. That's awesome. Okay, it says great deals this year. Yeah, it was, because I usually don't find things, and I'm usually like don't have things to really like talk about, because like, no, I didn't really pull the trigger on anything that was like kind of like these no-brainer deals. Like, oh, like right now, believe it or not, SSDs, right? M.2 SSDs are so dirt cheap. Let me see if I can show you. I don't know where I put it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so SSDs that I've purchased in the past, these guys, right? SanDisks, they're really fast, right? Different capacities, both of these. are 2 terabytes, as you can see. This is an SSK enclosure that allows you to put whichever M.2 drive you desire, and that right now is like going for $15, right? This SSK, and then you pick which M.2 hard drive you put in there, and I was able to get a 4 terabyte SSD that uploads and downloads. It actually uploads at 4500 and downloads at 5000. Not 500. So yeah, 4500 and 5000. So read speeds 5000 mbps, write speeds 4500 mbps, and I've tested it, and this thing is a rocket, right? 4 terabyte, and I think the brand that I got of the SSD was like not the most highest known brand of SSD, but they're M.2s designed for internal components for a computer, and it was basically aimed towards the gamer market to be a really fast SSD. Throwing it on this thing is just like blazing, and I paid under $200 for everything, because I think, you know, $18 was the enclosure, and I think I paid $160 for 4 terabytes of M.2 SSD, which is so cool, right? Like it's crazy, but it's so cool to think that we're able to get such high and fast capacities now at fractions of a dollar, right? Pennies of the dollar, because the way that 4 terabytes was in SSD not too long ago, this is pretty nuts. So sending the tripod link to my sister. She wants to know what I want for Christmas. Oh, I love it. Says, welcome to the Tripod Carbon Clip Club, Lewis. Thank you, because the one that I had before was an aluminum tripod. I had it for years. I still have it because it's not bad, except that it was of the era before we went carbon and before we went small and compact and lightweight, right? So it's got a lot of really cool features, but it's also very, very heavy, right? Because on top of it, like articulating and spreading out and opening up, like, you know, like to a pretty big footprint to give you good stability on your videos, photos, whatever it is. It also had like this articulating arm that would stick out so that you'd be able to like get like shots, I guess, like overhead shots, right? Like you would be able to set up the tripod and set the camera to like boom over a table or do things like that. But the thing is big, and this was so much easier. And having everything like Arca Swiss being, you know, of the same family, just having Arca Swiss plates on all my cameras, is just able to use the same thing over and over again, makes it the best. On again with Andre Glenn. How are you doing, sir? It's been a while. What do you use for your key light? Well, my key light is actually just see if I can show you. Boop, boop. This key light is a Godox, like softbox diffuser from my photography. So it's actually designed with a clip to hold my flash module, so that is only on when, you know, like when I pull the trigger on the camera for photography. And that's basically the softbox. So what I have inside of it powering the light is actually the same bulbs that you see in this shot here. So the bulb that I have up there, right, the bulb that I have back here, and that I have basically everywhere else that are controlled, that are these Wi-Fi Amazon lights, I took an adapter with that took the socket from a light bulb and converted it into 4. So I put 4 of those Wi-Fi light bulbs onto that adapter, and then socketed that adapter into this box with just a basic cable connecting it to the back end, and giving it power. So I'm able to control my my main key light completely with an application on my phone. So I'm able to just shut it off completely, right? I'm able to turn it on. That's full power. I'm able to manipulate it and have it change color, so I can have it go blue, see, red, orange. I can have it give me like a warm light, right? Or go right back to cool and then adjust the lights themselves so that I'm not like blown out, because I think this full power is too much. So I cut it down to like 50%. As you can see, like 75%. Still got a little bit of like like white going on right here, so I'm able to just cut that out as well, and gives a nice illuminated glow but nice soft light. And that's what I use as far as my key light. So I'm thinking about pulling the trigger myself on this Ulanzi, which I'm using here. Oh, sorry. Which I'm using here. I'll turn it off so you can get a better view, right? And this thing at 40 watts, I have it at 1%. So I have this down to 1%, so that if I were to show you, it just turns off. Just lighting it up slightly. This is 1% of power output, and it's still too strong to have it directly on my face. But I needed something to fill in this space, so I have it bouncing off of this canvas in the background. So there's this white canvas, and now that becomes my light source, and the light bouncing back, giving an overall glow, is what allows you to see this. And if I turn it off, you'll see exactly how much glow that's actually producing to the shot and how much is taking away when I turn it off. And that is at 1%, bouncing off of the wall, and that's how powerful this light is. But at $55, like I spent $80 when I bought this, just to fill this void, so to speak, of not having a lot of space to be able to fit in a softbox like the one that I have hanging overhead, to kind of give me that fill light within here, right? That's not just secondary off of my key. So it's not my hair light, it's my fill light. And that's what I've been using it. But knowing that if I were to crank this thing up like I'm about to do and start throwing that at 100%, even bouncing the light at 100%, it's way too much. Way too much. So let's bring that back down, right? And knowing that is what gives me the confidence that for $55, I can throw that light here or basically anywhere and get the most out of that light, right? The one negative that I would tell you specifically about this light, and just be forewarned, because to me it's an amazing light, is that it uses a mini Bowens mount. So it's not a traditional Bowens mount, and the light fixture or the light modifier that comes with it is basically the only thing that you have with it. And it comes with this diffuser, which, as you can see as I'm pulling it off here, this rubber diffuser to kind of like take away and actually add some more softness, is basically the only diffusion that it comes with. That's why I had to go ahead and be creative and think about how I was gonna go. Oops, let's go ahead and fix this. And then I had to go ahead and think about how I was going to use this light, because when I first bought it, I needed to see if it fit within my system or within my setup. Come on. It usually never gives me that much trouble. All right, so there we go. Boom. Back to normal. So yeah, that's what I'm using as far as my key light and my fill light. Okay, so Gretchen was asking for the link for the light. I did drop that in there already, I believe. Yeah, that's when Paul said I got cheap tax. Okay. 10% in California. Wow. Wow. That's taxing. I'll tell you one thing. I think it might not be Massachusetts. Could be a neighboring state. But one of those right around there, going back over a year ago. It's not officially 2 years, but when the AirPods Pro came out, when they came out, I was in the Airbnb with Doc, and we decided to go over to this Apple store that he was aware of, and I believe like the tax was like nothing. Like, I remember like the invoice, and I was like, that's nice, right? So I don't know if it was some special deal going to the or that's that state. But if you guys are more familiar with a tax free state or something like that when it comes to electronics, please let me know, because I think I did take advantage of it. You know, kind of unknowingly, I was like really in shock, expecting it to be more, and it was like the same price that was listed, like if you were buying food. Very interesting. Thank you very much, Randy. Says great deal tonight. What is better is 3 years with Lewis live streaming. Incredible. Yes, that's next week. So if you're not aware, next week is officially episode 157. That means we've crossed the threshold, and it will be December something, but it will officially mark 3 years to the date of me starting my live streaming journey and having every single Saturday weekend on the Camera Junkie live stream with all of you. Now we're just a little bit past the hour, and I know that I was going to be closing things down, but that was just kind of like an awesome way to say thank you as well to all of you for hanging with me, you know, every single week. This is like the best part of my week in and week out. I'm just gonna leave that here. That's very funny. Gretchen says tripods have made a huge change in the last 7 years. I sold my first carbon fiber Gitso tripod for over $700 back in 2019. It has served me well for the 5 years, but it's heavy and could reach 74 inches. And you are tall. You're taller than me. So the extra amount of inches you could definitely put to use. Sammy made it. He's saying hello to everyone, saying hey. Paul says if you buy from B&H with their credit card, they rebate the sales tax and you get 2 days shipping. That's very true. It's called their Payboo card. I need to get one, but then I'm also scared, right? If I get a credit line with B&H and free taxes and stuff like that, oh man, there's gonna be trouble. I'm gonna be buying a lot of stuff just to have it. It says Oregon is a tax-free. See, that's another state. So I know, I'm glad that I wasn't like completely delusional, but there's definitely one over there, and there's an Apple store there. So I was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna say nothing, but you know, like depending on big items, big budget items, right? I might work out a deal with somebody in that area to, you know, like pick it up and ship it to me, you know, depending on how big the item is, if you get my drift, right? I have a vision of something that I'm gonna be getting that's pretty expensive from the Apple store. I don't know if it's worth even just making the road trip, right? Like, go for the experience, and the money you spend on the road trip is what you would save in taxes. I digress. But it says Oregon is a tax-free state. That's why I drive 3 hours to Portland to the Apple store and a pro photo supply. Oh, so she's saying exactly that. So you wouldn't be the only one. It's just like those neighboring states where like fireworks are illegal. but the next day is selling fireworks right on the border. Right, because it's legal in their state, so they know the market. People spending hours just to drive to that, like, to the border, just to cross it, get their supply that's illegal in their state, and head back their home, you know. So I always find that funny. Says, I got us, my friend. Oh, you see? Oh, you do have, you know what, I just thought about it, and Gretchen, I'm saying thank you now. I'm saying thank you now. Oh yeah, that just got me excited. I'm gonna be like putting in that order and be like, Gretchen, just let me know. But with that being said, everyone, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for making all of this just the best time every Saturday night, week in, week out. And if you have the time, I'm also giving an invitation to you know, the people right here in the chat. Next week I'm basically gonna have an open line. I'm gonna have the link on the screen so that if you want to hop on and, you know, like, join us in chat while we hang out, we're just gonna make it kind of like a party, a celebration of 3 years, something that I never thought was gonna happen, and yet it's here. It's 3 years that we've been doing this week in and week out. I don't see an end in sight, because this is just something that I absolutely love to do. And the doors, the people that I've been able to meet, the connections and everything that's happened because of it is just completely mind-boggling, and I am extremely grateful. There's so many amazing things that are coming my way, you know, as far as this year, new opportunities, new things for me to be a better father to Aiden. There's just slight things that I've already been able to implement, and I'm like extremely grateful, because everything that I do is so that I can do everything best for that little man. And that's my mission in life. That's my goal. And anyone that meets me ends up telling me it, right? Telling me, like, you know, this is like your mission in life. And I always find it funny, because I'm like, I'm very well aware of it, right? But it's also very obvious, right? The love that I have for my son and the dedication that I have towards him is also very obvious, very evident. And that's why I feel that people always see that, right? And when they see how the relationship that I have with my son, and that, you know, he's got his special needs and his limitations, but that it's a lot more than people expect when they hear his story. And I'm very grateful for the times that I spent with him, and the fact that I'm able to spend this time with him because of the things and opportunities that are here right now, and the things that are coming to be. So you guys, this community, you're all part of it, and I am forever indebted, you know. And I want to thank you all, and I can't wait to see all of you next week while we do it all over again. Next week is going to be episode 157. We're going to be celebrating 3 years. It's going to be just like a big mess and a whole lot of fun, and I can't wait to have all of you either join me, you know, live in chat, or maybe even on screen when we start hanging out. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to just try to rein in the chaos. I'm gonna do my best to communicate with certain people that, you know, started out in this journey, whether it was for me personally, and also with Ecamm, because of the 5-hour let's get live, you know, 5-hour energy streams. And, you know, and I'm gonna see how many or who I'll be able to also bring in, just to, you know, talk shop, so to speak, you know, talk about all the things that have happened. And, you know, it sounds crazy, but it's already been 3 years since those days, and it's just amazing how time flies. So I can't wait to have you all here, and we're just gonna party it up. And we're gonna be doing it next week, so same time, same place, right? Mark your calendars. Episode 157 of the Camera Junkie live stream, coming to you 3 years in the making, next Saturday. And I can't wait to have all your smiling faces here as we do it together. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you next time. Talk to you.